Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. So let's talk a little bit more about what happened earlier today. So if you guys missed out on the entire video or stream that we watched during the Taipei festival for 2.5th anniversary, so that was uploaded earlier today, alright, so you guys can check that full thing out. So in this video, I want to summarize it for you guys. The entire show was quite long, it's 2 hours long, and there's a reason for that. The reason why is because there's plenty of things, plenty of implementation, including, you know, one of the few examples I can think of is fishing. They also add like a new game mode that you can basically do extra stuff, and also they are trying to talk about reworking the story and, you know, Q&A, a bunch of stuff, and then there's cosplayers, etc, etc, etc. And I get it, there's a lot of fluffs that might not be interesting to some of you guys watching. So in this video, I want to focus more on the characters. Alright, who should you be focusing to obtain for the upcoming 2.5 anniversary character. So alongside with what we have right now, hopefully give you guys a better perspective, right? So with that, let's jump into it. So we're gonna be constantly looking at this roadmap as well to basically give you guys an idea of what's happening, right? Because so that you guys are aware of all of these that's happening. First things first, there are quite a number of new characters, right? As you can see, we have a total of 5 of them. So we got one is going to be Frozen Queen Wilhelmina. We also got Bunny Zenith. We got Bunny Darien. We got Bunny Ilenia, and we got Bunny Tear. Now, the truth is, you only need to remember that only out of all of these, there's only actually 3 characters, right? Frozen Wilhelmina is going to be free, so everybody will get her for free pretty much. Zenith right here, she is going to be a prestige skin. Alright, so for those of you who are unaware, so this is going to be exclusive for that particular one, right? So that's already 2 characters out of the equation. So you just got to focus on the 3 other more. So that's going to be Bittersweet Bunny Darien right here, alongside with Shadow Bunny Ilenia and Bunny Tear, right? So notice how Darien's duration lasts for very long, because she is going to be the limited, right? She lasts for 4 weeks, which is going to be insane. So I want to talk a little bit more about that, because that's going to give you guys a little bit more perspective in terms of like what you want to focus on. In my opinion, you might want to focus on her, because she is going to be the limited one out of the other 3, right? So again, there's 5 characters, but only like 3 of them are going to be the characters, right? So Darien, Ilenia, and Tear. 3 of them are going to be costume. Ilenia and Tear, after the banner ends, they will be added to the standard banner. Darien will not, so she is going to be the exclusive limited right now. So let's focus on Darien first. What do I think of her right now, right? Bittersweet Bunny Darien, as you guys can see, this is going to be censored, right, as per usual. I don't know why they started to censor the pictures inside here as well, inside the patch notes, which is quite interesting, right? So leader of the Sweet and Bitter Snow Rabbit Village, Bittersweet Bunny Darien is here. She set out for the Ice Hole to reclaim the coal that Ice Queen stole. So this is going to be the only limited pickup costume of the 2.5th anniversary, and it will last for 4 weeks, right? So what is her concept all about? In battle, she is going to deal continuous damage over a wide AoE. Her skill has a very long cooldown, but the skill's cooldown will decrease proportionally to the number of targets hit. Okay, that is going to be very, very interesting. So here's the thing about this particular concept, right? So I do think that Darien is going to be good. Again, we gotta look into more detail, but for those of you who are not aware, we already have one Darien in the game. Alright, that's going to be, she is going to be a water elemental character. Alright, so her focus right now, the current one at least, is going to be a 3-turn cooldown. Now this one is going to be one of the stronger costumes out there. In fact, I do think that she pretty much power creeps a lot of characters out there, right? There's a chance that she may power creep Sylvia. Now, why am I comparing her with Sylvia? Is because right now, there's 2 prominent characters for water physical, right? So water physical is going to be either Darien or Sylvia. Alright, Sylvia is going to be, she's going to be a little bit more complicated as well, because she has 4 costumes, right? Very expensive for a lot of new players. Wilhelmina is going to be a character that, yeah, sure, if a single target and boss, you are going to use her, absolutely. But for Darien and Sylvia, this is going to be the go-to, the AoE character, right? So that's where the comparison comes in. Now with Darien overall, her current costume right now, as you can see, it is going to do about 900%. For the main target, it's going to do 1300% of attack. So that is a lot. That's like quite high of a multiplier, right? So it is going to be insane. I do think that for her right now, she's probably going to be, if you can obtain 2 of these costumes, there's a very high chance that she will replace Sylvia in the go-to you know, for the physical water, right? Now again, I'm not too aware of the range. She does say that, it does say right here, covers a wide AoE, right? So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be something like, maybe like something spread out similar to Tears one, right? So the more enemies hit, the more it will decrease the skill's cooldown. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of like limit to it, but I believe this is going to be the first concept. All in all, this is going to be a limited character. I do highly recommend you guys to get Darien. I doubt you'll regret it, right? Because like, if she's going to be an AoE character, an AoE concept, that's really going to make her one of the best water right now, especially for those of you who do not have Sylvia, right? So definitely, it is going to last for 4 weeks though. Again, I will give you guys a much more thorough analysis, comparisons and stuff once she comes out, but for now, I do think that she's going to be worth it, right? I don't think she's going to be bad. I think she's going to be one of the better DPS characters that we'll have. Now, in comparison to that, we also are going to have Shadow Bunny Ilenia, so she's going to be a little bit later, right? Now, I'm going to be truthful about Ilenia right now. I am extremely skeptical. Okay, and I'm not trying to be an Ilenia hater, right? I really want her to be the meta right now, but sadly it's probably not going to be the case because of how strong Luventia is, right? So, if you guys are not aware, Ilenia is a dark elemental character, alright? And she's also a physical type. That means she competes with two other characters, same element and also same type, right? So physical, dark, that's going to be Luventia, number 1. Number 2 is going to be Blade herself. Now Blade is just insane. And we saw it earlier as well. They did announce that in January, we're going to get one more Blade costume as well, right? So you can see right here, I posted it on my X page. Make sure you guys follow me on X, GuitarRock69, right? So as you can see, they did post right here that you will be getting Blade later on in January. So that's going to be the third Blade's costume, which makes Blade a very compelling character right now. Perhaps makes more sense to invest in Blade. I think most of the players here already have Blade. I think if that costume is good, then I believe Blade is going to be the go-to for the dark type character. Now, why do I think that, right? So number 1, Blade feels a lot of utility that most other characters don't have. She also applies amplification right here. You can see, right? Vulnerability to the main target. Yeah, it only applies to one main target, I get it, right? But still, she's able to do that on her own, right? Without needing another character. So that's going to be number 1. Number 2 is also, she has one costume concept that is very reliant on counter, right? Now, a bit more niche, sure, I get it, but this is going to be something that, you know, it depends on the enemies, right? If the enemy can do multi-hit, can hit you multiple times, this one is going to be insane, alright? Can hit you up to 10 times, right? So there's that. So both costumes are already very, very strong and solid one. I do think that the third Blade costume is probably going to push her to, you know, to be one of the better ones. Right now, I still think that Luventia is better. Luventia can do a lot of damage, alright? And she also has the range as well. She has this insane range right here. And she also has one more costume, this particular one. Also pretty insane range. That she's quite broken, right? She do high chain damage. Pairs really well with Rafitia as well to boost her damage even more. So she's just a character that overall, I think is going to be someone that I encourage getting, right? For a new player, if you are looking for a DPS, someone like Luventia is going to be, in my opinion, cheaper, right? Sacred Estelle is probably still the best, but Luventia, the high chain stuff, you're not going to regret it, right? So, okay, let's just stop talking about the other two, right? Because Ilenia, I don't think she even comes close to compete with the others, right? That's just the truth, right? In most cases, no matter how strong your Ilenia is, the other two just have way better numbers. So this third Ilenia costume, I'm not sure if she can bring it back, right? This one can apply silence. That part is kind of cool. She also has this particular one that can remove buffs. That's kind of cool. She has utility built into her. Remove buffs. This one can remove taunt as well, which is quite strong. So I wonder what this other costume is going to have, right? Because right now she did say, alright, while other snow rabbits work to restore the coal, the train alone studying the boy in volcano covered in black ashes until she developed remarkable archery skills offered as a pickup costume. In battle, she grants effects that apply across the entire battlefield. So this seems like she's a buffer now. She's a supporter. She's no longer a DPS. She will grant buffs to allies and debuffs to enemies. So I wonder what that is. So we're gonna see what kind of buffs she gives. But it sounds like, it seems like they give up in making her a DPS character because I think they know that there's no way for her to compete with the two characters that I mentioned, which is Blade and Luvinsha, right, in that particular space. So I think they're trying to build her a little bit more utility based, maybe similar to how Sonya is for the dark magic type. Maybe that could save her, right? We'll have to see, because it all comes down to what buffs, right? If she's a character that buff, let's say crit rate, attack percent, or like, I think she's gonna be a physical, right? Maybe she can do a little bit things. If she do like a bit of crit damage, maybe property damage, that could be like a bit more niche. But hopefully she would be something that's great. And you know what? I think it's going to be similar to Sayer's office costume, right? Where she just give like damage percent. That's going to be my guess. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of debuffs she can apply to the enemies as well, right? Those two are going to be what is going to make or break this particular character. But I wouldn't worry too much about her. Because at the end of the day, I could be wrong on this, but I'm still leaning towards Darien for now. Limited versus her, you can always get her later, right? That's going to be something to consider. Alright, next up we got Innocent Bunny Tear. Alright, let's talk about Tear a little bit. Now, Tear already has one more costume in the game. Alright, so if you jump into the game right now, you can look at Tear, the rabbit, the bunny girl, fox girl, okay? So she already has one very good range costume. Alright, this is kind of insane. Her SP is relatively high, right, at 4 SP, but she also can apply even more 2 SP increase to yourself for 6 turns. She does 1400% though, so multiplier is really high. So I have no idea how they're gonna do or deal with this particular one. I think they're gonna try to balance things a little bit, right? Though timid and easily frightened, Tear is blessed with many talents. She sets out with Darien, the leader of Snow Rabbit, village to the Ice Queen's ice hole in search of the coal she stole. So she is going to be available on December 30th. So in battle, her skills deal damage proportional to the SP spent, and each subsequent skill increases the amount of SP consumed. So the closest character that I can think of right now is going to be Olivia, because she has one of the costume that does similar, but maybe not one-to-one, but I think her concept is going to be a little bit more different, right? Sticky rice cake ice cream, that's going to be what Tear is all about. Now, here's the truth, right? There's a lot of... I think Tear's concept is going to be something similar to Michaela. It seems like that's where they are leaning towards her, and I think a lot of players didn't like Michaela when she first came out, and maybe till today that's still the case for most of the players, right? Because it's all about applying a little bit of debuff to yourself, right? Even in this costume, she applies 2 SP increase to yourself. Now, if the battle lasts like 1 or 2 turns, this is not that big of a deal, right? The 2 SP increase to yourself. But if it lasts for very long, that's kind of an annoying debuff for sure, right? So again, the sacrifice there is like she has a high multiplier in return. So this seems to be going to be similar concept. You can see her skills deal damage proportional to SP spent. Alright, each subsequent skill used increase the amount of SP consumed. So the more you use this skill, the more SP is going to consume. I don't know if there's a cap or not. Maybe it starts at 3 and then goes up to 4, 5, 6. That could be something that we'll have to worry about when she comes out, right? It sounds very annoying to use, right? Especially if you're not somebody that wants to think, and suddenly you'll be like, there's going to be moments, especially in Tower of Salvation, right? You are going to be like, man, where's this? I don't have enough SP right now, or shoot, right? So that's going to be what is going to happen, and in a lot of cases, that's just going to be annoying. So I wouldn't worry too much about her. Again, similar to Elena, these two, Bunny Tear and Bunny Elena, remember, these are not limited, right? So the only one limited is going to be Darien right here. So that's going to be the focus. For me, I'm definitely going to go +5 Darien. Tear and Elena, we'll see, right? We'll see how it goes. That's just going to be the case. Wilhelmina, Frozen Queen, she is going to be free. I wouldn't worry too much about her. But you can see right here, you can get her for free at +5 upgrade. She will be available to obtain at any time, even after the update. That's extremely good, alright? In battle, she strikes repeatedly in a straight line and grants herself buffs. Straight line. Okay, so that's going to be very interesting. I wonder if that will be something that's going to be useful, because right now her rotation is quite complete, right? If you guys play Wilhelmina in most situations, her rotation is pretty much you are going to use the swimsuit one first, alright? You're going to use this particular one first. Now this particular one is going to, right now you can see, apply chain reinforcement, right? You use this one, and then you rotate back to this particular costume. Use this twice, and then you go back to this one. Use this once, and then go back to this one. Use this twice, right? That's always been her costume for the time being, but now with the third one, I think it's going to mess up the rotation, or it's going to be something they will have to worry about as well, right? So that's going to be the stuff for those characters. Alongside with that, we got a bunch of other things. This is going to be the story pack. You can see very, very beautiful right there. Gonna play this. I think it's going to be fully voiced, and apparently they need to escape by melting the ice. That's going to be a very interesting concept overall. We have some of these cool little cutscenes that I've posted already on Twitter. New season event, that's going to be a separately one. Separate, ready, set, hop. Again, that's a story that takes place 2 days after the winter event pack. So we have a look at this particular one when it comes out. It seems like it's going to be a very interesting overall. Alright, very interesting event, a Gunner event. Season event reward for some of these memories age stuff, okay? That's going to be the stuff. New boss. So first we're going to get Asian Salamander, December 16. That's going to be like in 3 days, right? Kind of insane how fast time flows. And then Forest Spirit is going to be on December 30th. Guild raids for Doomsday, Machina Win is going to be December 16 as well, right? So those are going to be the things, right? So yeah, they're trying to remind you. Limited bunny costumes will also be available for pickup. Robin Hood Zenith. Oh yeah, this one is going to be a separate one. So make sure you guys take note of this. They are going to rerun the default Zenith and the Ventana. I don't really recommend getting Ventana, to be honest, right? I feel like right now with Olivia, Sacred Justia, there's just way more options, right? Ventana is still good, but you gotta get like multiple costumes. For new players, I just don't highly recommend it, right? Because very expensive in that particular case. But this one, very, very interesting. They are going to do something very unique, alright? Past male characters will be scheduled for 1 week pickups each. So that means you can see right here, all of these later, Gray, Austin, Alec. So the dudes are coming back in the banner. No. Calm down. I know somebody's gonna type, oh, I don't care about dudes. Dudes. Listen, you're still gonna get the free tickets. Alright, so if you guys are not aware, every time this banner comes back, you will be able to obtain a little bit of rebate right here, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys are aware by now. So you come right here, you can get these tickets right here, right? So that means you are going to get, if you already have any of these male characters at +4 or +5, easily, right? You're gonna get 40 times 460 tickets, right? Literally, that's going to be something that's free. Should be grateful, right? So I don't think I have Gray at +5, but I do have the other ones at +5, I think. So that's just going to be the stuff, the case. Oh yeah, good. One thing that you can consider doing, right? I'm sure you guys, if you guys have any of this particular ticket here, the limited, not the limited one, the pickup one, right? If you guys have any of these tickets right here, this particular one, the selective one, you can also consider getting more copies for those dudes right here to be able to give you, you know, so that you have a chance to get more tickets when their banner comes. That could be something to, you know, to consider, right? If you want to consider that, that's going to be an option, right? I'm just letting you guys know there's always an option, right? And I think that is pretty much what there is for this particular video. There'll be a special pick costume selective draw as well. I'll make separate videos for this because I want to focus on the banners to pull and the guides. If you are a returning player or you're coming back, what is going to be the best banner to pull in those things. They're also reworking Celia. I mean, not reworking, they're adding cutscene for Celia, the default Curse Celia, Steel Engine Rafina, Knight of Blood Justia. Very, very cool, right? So we are going to have all of those things. Fated Guest, Nightmare Bunny Eclipse, extremely appreciative of it, right? So she is going to be available. 2 Fated Guests actually, one more is going to be Innocent Bunny Tier. There's that, alright? So that's going to be a huge, massive stuff. You guys know how it is, right? You guys know how it is. Prestige skin is going to be for Zenith. Definitely, I'll be making a video for that, right? So one more Prestige skin is coming in January, so you guys are aware of that, right? And then the new field content, this is going to be apparently this is going to be like a pack that you can do like separate stuff, like walking around with a chibi, and then you can dance around, and then you can also do fishing, right? They did mention that as well. So I will need to make this in a separate video, right? Because it's hard for me to just look at this and be like, tell you guys what to do. But once this comes out, I'll make a separate guide for it, right? Fishing. Hopefully it's going to be fun. But yep, for the characters for now, I think Darien is going to be the main focus. So yeah, with that being said, that is going to be it for this particular video. I don't want to make this video any longer than it should be. If you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, you know, give this video a like. Once it comes out in 2 or 3 more days, I think, December 16, then there'll be, expect more videos, right, from the channel. As per usual, see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day, happy holidays, goodbye.